y'all. It was, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Somebody was riding by on one of them fucking bikes.
Hey, Gaze, you see he had to turn his whole upper body to look at
my neck.
He said,
My neck is fucked up.
He had got as far over with his eyes as he could.
he said,
I'm fucking hurt, man. Fucking injured.
That man came back with 4 beads and a busted neck.
Oh, I'm talking about, man. That's what New Orleans does to him, man.
Man.
That's what New Orleans does. Okay, welcome to the AWO Podcast. We are the assholes with opinions. I am one of your hosts and moderators, Sonny. We got the damn Deacon.
Yo, I just came back from New Orleans, and yes, I did show Nip to get these beads.
We got G Gaines.
I ain't got nothing on what he said, so yeah, that's it. Great intro.
Episode number 3.
Yeah, man.
How we feeling? Everybody good?
We good to go. Hey,
yeah.
I can tell y'all a little story though, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I was down in New Orleans, man. I thought, I was bobbing and weaving, I was doing my thing.
Okay.
But then New Orleans came back in the goddamn 12th round. Knocked me on my motherfucking ass, man. Similar to this shit right here.
And Maxwell looking a little bit groggy. Oh, great shot! Left hand, right hand from Maxwell. Well, where did that come from? I can hardly believe what I've seen. An astonishing turnaround. He gets to his feet and he stopped it. He stopped it. Sam Maxwell turns that fight around.
See?
That's how the fucking happened, man.
That's how it happened. Every time.
Take yourself at all times.
I'm trying to understand though. Buddy was winning the fight. He already had the fight in the bag.
Had it won.
His coach saw him land on the ground and said, "Man, look at this sorry son of a bitch right here."
hey, his coach walked off after that shit. He didn't
walked all the way up. He didn't even wait. He said, "Man, I'll be damn." Then walked
did y'all see when he shook his shimmy though? This motherfucker. Got that man thought he won, man. The other dude's eyes was all swollen and shit.
But dude wanted to cry after the ref counted that knockout, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he knew he had lost the fight.
He knew he had lost the fight. He knew he lost the fight.
He landed flat. He was like this. His feet were sticking up in there like that.
No, flat back.
You out.
He landed flat back, arms out straight.
MMA, boxing, any of that. Anytime you see somebody go down and their arms do that shit.
I don't know, because that Pacquiao, his arm was like this. Whenever your arms move together, that's when you out.
Anytime you flat back, man. Anytime you flat back, bro, it's over. It's over.
Hey, let's take a minute to praise one of the greatest knockouts ever. That motherfucking Pacquiao.
And that's another knockdown. And will he get up? He's not getting up, Jim. He's not getting up, Jim. No, he's been knocked out.
Yeah, bro. That's spawned memes. Like
that's just classic, though.
Remember they had Hulk Hogan dropping the leg on Manny Pacquiao?
Hulk Hogan dropped the leg on Manny, man.
Yeah, man.
Moral of the story to all our viewers out there: you ain't never out of the fight, goddamn.
Nope. Keep fighting, keep swinging.
Except when your ass land flat back.
Once you flat back, it's over.
Once you flat back, that shit is over. That shit is all the way over.
Wrap.
So check it out. Let's get into topic number 1, man.
What you got for us?
Hey, man, look, all right, when we were first setting up this podcast, we all said it wasn't going to be like a political podcast and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to talk about this border wall shit, all right? And I don't want to talk about the border wall and the Democrats. I don't want to talk about the border wall and the Republicans. I want to talk about the border wall and the people that are stealing the fucking border wall.
The Mexicans are the most resilient people I have ever seen in my life, man. They say people are fortifying their homes with the barbed wire.
With the fucking border wall.
Hey, you know what though? And like people say, like you walk by and they said that, like that's not, they don't sell that in hardware stores in Mexico, right? So they know where it came from, and it's the same size as the shit.
Hey, bro, listen.
On the wall.
Listen, do you realize how committed you gotta be to steal fucking barbed wire?
Hey.
Hey,
Do you realize the level of commitment it takes to steal fucking barbed wire?
this is what I'm saying, man. Trump and his administration, they didn't think this all the way through. They think they're going to send material down there. They're going to have workers show up, workers shift building the wall. They didn't realize, man, the motherfuckers are going to come from across that border when the shit was over and steal all that shit.
You know what's crazy though? Like, that shit is on the inside of the wall, right? It's not on the outside.
No, it's on the inside.
So
They're stealing the wall.
They went to the inside. The shit went back around and went home.
They actually stealing the fucking wall.
They were already in the country. They were like, I don't want to be here. I'm going back home. I just want to
No, I'm going back.
Hey,
I'm already in America, but I'm going back.
let me tell you something. Somebody stood there and looked at that wall, and then they heard the Trump side. Build that wall. They just looked over there. Then they heard the left, the Democrat side, where they was like, no, we ain't giving them no money to build that wall. He looked over there. He looked back over at the build the wall people. He put his eyes on that wall and he said, man, fuck both of y'all. This shit coming home. Straight up and down.
Can you imagine you showing up to your auntie house, she got rolls of barbed wire on the front foot. Like, motherfucker, y'all no entry here.
Hey, but
y'all ain't getting in this side.
That's the thing. The part where it's stolen is like in the bad neighborhood. So like they basically saying we need to be safe. So if y'all ain't gonna do nothing for us, or the government ain't gonna do nothing for us, we're gonna do it ourselves. And we're gonna go take that shit right there and put it on the front. What are you doing though? Like you put it on your house. Like what is that gonna do though? Like they still gonna come to the same way you come in and out, right? Like,
but I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. We want to build this border wall for security. I am not here to argue whether or not it's going to work or whether it's not going to work or none of that shit. But I am going to just point out how fucking secure can the wall be if the people you building it to keep out are fucking stealing parts of it.
I'm fucking stealing the wall.
Hey,
but look, like Gaines said earlier, look, now this wall, he is talking about this wall being meant to keep negative influence, the negative influences from Mexico out of the U.S. But bro, if we got parts of the wall up, they just coming. They coming to the American side and stealing the material
and going back home.
At this point, we just got to admit defeat.
Defeat, right.
Yeah.
We got to just go ahead and call and say, hey man, look, maybe this wall shit wasn't really thought all the way out.
No, because
maybe we're not gonna have the impact that we thought.
And going back, what's to stop whoever from just coming over the wall?
Two interesting facts I did see. One of them, they said that part of this wire fencing was sold for the U.S. equivalency of $2.10. so whatever we paid for that shit, they sold it for $2.10. And then when they showed up at the house with the wall up, they was like, hey, somebody sold it to us. Then they asked this lady, somebody sold that to y'all. They were like, yeah. They said it was a Mexican guy. She like, no snitching. That's what she said, though. It was like, it was a Mexican, but I don't know what they look like. Man, I don't know what to say, man. That I agree with Sonny. Maybe we need to rethink the plan. Like
that might be it, man. That might be it. That might be it.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't know.
We gonna have to do something, man. They stealing the fucking wall.
They stealing the fucking wall, man. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears real quick.
What you got?
Can we talk about free agency, gentlemen?
So we went from Mexicans stealing the wall to niggas stealing money.
Your mama gonna whip your ass. Can we talk about free agency, gentlemen?
Boy, it was a mad dash out here this time, man.
There was a lot going on these last couple of weeks.
Everybody getting paid.
Everybody. You got Antonio Brown, who done whined and cried his way out of Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And John Gruden threw all that money at him and paid him out there.
Yeah.
You got Le'Veon, who sat out a whole season last year, then got paid in New York. What y'all think about that Le'Veon Bell, though? Like, was it worth it?
I don't think so.
I think he made a stand, but the long haul, it hurt.
He did save 16 games off of his body, though, and he's a runner.
Hey, but I will say this. The question I had thinking about free agency, I was going to ask not which players like came up, but which teams really came up. Did Cleveland really come up? Did Green Bay come up? Who else got a big one? The Jets, I think.
Cleveland ready. Cleveland ready.
Cleveland came up, but this is how I feel about Cleveland. Y'all remember when Michael Vick had that breakout year with Philly, right? He won that comeback player of the year.
Right.
That spring, all the fucking free agents that were available signed to fucking Philly because they all wanted to go play with Mike Vick.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know what happened to that Philly team? They ain't even make the playoffs, man.
No, they ain't do shit.
Because they had all these pieces that had no idea how to play together.
Right. You think that's the same thing with Cleveland? Everybody signed there because of Odell Beckham?
No, I think that. So I think I'm biased anyway, right? I'm biased to the Browns, but I think that because Odell and Landry played together, they're gonna be straight. And Baker Mayfield, he basically has somebody who can run the short routes with Jarvis to save him. You got a good tight end, and then you got Beckham.
Definitely.
So it's just gonna be like college for him. I mean, he
got Nick Chubb in the back.
And you got Chubb running the ball. And Cleveland basically, it took what, and I might be wrong, but it took 5 years to win 7 games, and they won 7 games 1 year, so they went all in. Yeah. Take everything. We the best we ever been in last 10 years. Take everything.
That's how you got to win now. You got to win while you got a rookie quarterback that's good on a rookie deal. And you can pay everything else around him. Look at L.A. That's what L.A. did. They paid everything else around him to get to the Super Bowl. But
do you think that's a strategy that Cleveland is using? Are they trying to build everybody around Odell, or are they just trying to pick up
around Baker?
Around Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
And Gaines, I don't know if you knew this either. The receiver coach that's in Cleveland right now, he's the same coach who coached all of them at LSU. Same dude.
Plus,
yeah.
Cleveland gonna be good this year. Cleveland, I wouldn't go as far as say Cleveland will win the division, but I think they got a strong chance. Like, everything is right there for them right now. Because the division not as strong as it was.
I'm going to tell you why they got a chance to win the division, though. All this drama in Pittsburgh, and they lost 2 of their big offensive stars for the past 5 years, right?
Okay.
The Ravens have lost the last staple that was left on that defense.
What's his name?
Terrell Suggs.
Suggs.
Terrell Suggs is gone. He's in Arizona. And who else? Who's the last piece?
There's another guy retired recently, right?
The Bengals is the last piece, and the Bengals, they finally fired Marvin Lewis after goddamn 30 years, seemed like. What do y'all think about this, though?
What you got?
So y'all know Cleveland signed Kareem Hunt, too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kareem Hunt, if you guys don't remember, he's the running back from this. This is what he did, guys. He assaulted this woman in this hotel. He could have, as y'all seen, he could have walked away 3-4 times, left this situation alone all the way. Now, he's suspended for 8 games this season. Do you think he's paid his penance he missed the playoff run last year, and he's suspended for 8 games this year, or is it too much? And we just need to let him be a young guy.
Just let him. Just let it go at this point. I mean, you got a suspension. That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And you let this be people who did worse and was suspended less than people who did less and was suspended more. I mean, I mean, look at Pac-Man. Pac-Man was suspended for a year, and Pac-Man never was really. He was just in a lot of circumstances. He never did nothing. He got a year. So, I mean, it is what it is.
You know what I find interesting, and this is just my own little personal take, and it's really something that kind of pisses me off a little bit. So with Kareem Hunt, you asked the question like, did he serve his penance? Is it just because he's a young dude or whatever? Why is it when it comes to athletes and entertainers, we're so willing to move on or allow them to move on from something? You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it don't matter. Black, white, girlfriend, wife, don't matter. He was just beating the shit out of a female just now. Correct? Am I wrong in that or what?
Nah, you're right.
No? All right. So here, let's go into something else that happened this week that we wasn't really going to talk about, but it's kind of funny how it ties in. You just had a 36-year-old man on video kicking the shit out of a 7-year-old woman, and everybody wanted this motherfucker under the jail, correct? So we see that, right? But with this man, everybody wants this motherfucker under the jail. So why is it that Mr. Hunt, and if you play a position in sports, or if you're an entertainer of some kind, why are we so ready to allow people to move on and oh well, he's been punished, he's dealt enough, but with this guy, a regular Joe out in the street, we don't want them to have a life at all after that. You know
also,
what I mean?
Regular Joe was how old? Regular Joe was 36.
Regular Joe he was 36.
Kareem Hunt was like 22 at the time of this incident. I mean, are we gonna bury him for forever?
I don't know. We should bury him for forever. But okay, Kareem Hunt in the NFL at 22 years old can beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and we can say, hey, he's kind of young.
When you say Kareem Hunt beat his girlfriend, I think that was just a skeezer he was beating on.
Yeah, his girlfriend was actually trying to stop him.
Right, his girlfriend was trying to stop him. That was just a broad that tagged along like a jump off of the party, and then they tried to kick her out, and she got mad. She started calling them niggas and stuff, and then he hauled up and whipped her ass. As I'm saying, I thought it was just some girl that was tagging along. It don't mean anything, right? That's still wrong. You make an interesting point. I guess
I'm just Like I said, I had no intention of even talking about this. It was just when you were mentioning just now, it just made me think about it. So I'm just wondering, is there a difference, or am I tripping? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're not.
I still think, like, at what point do we let it go? Look at what happened to Ray Rice out here. Ray Rice and his wife still out here messed up because we never let that man get another shot.
So
the wife didn't leave him. The wife's still with him. So us banning him is really hurting the person that we all trying to protect.
Well, you know what? That brings up another point then. All right, so Kareem Hunt at 22, right?
Yeah.
He's beating on some random chick in the club or whatever. And we should allow him to grow and learn from his mistake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say I concede that. I give you that. 36-year-old dude who's kicking the shit out of this older woman. I mean, I can't justify this shit in no way, shape, or form, but I'm just saying for the sake of argument. For the sake of argument. He's 36, but let's just say up until this point, he's never been in any legal trouble whatsoever. Never had a case. Well, I mean, never had nothing else go on.
It's the court of public opinion. I mean, we could scream all we want, but it just comes down to his lawyer and what he get. What's going to happen, he's going to plead down. And just like everybody else, he's going to cut a deal. But whatever they offer him is going to depend on the court of public opinion at that time.
No. I'm asking specifically what the three of us on this podcast think. That's what I'm asking.
This is going to sound extremely wrong. And I don't necessarily agree with this, but I mean, it's just the truth of the matter. This 22-year-old over here has a certain skill set that a lot of us are invested in. A lot of fans of the NFL, a lot of fans of the team that he was playing for, right? We want to see him able to go back to using his skill set because he's just too young for it to be taken away from him all the way right now, right? This 36-year-old, I'm sorry, but we're not thinking about him the same way. We don't know what his skill set is, what he does for anyone. We don't know.
Yep.
This guy could be the philanthropist of the year for all we know. He just had this one lapse of judgment, but we don't care about that because he's not on a big enough platform.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the situation. What he did was all the way wrong, but I don't know what happened.
Hey, man. That's fucked up.
I mean.
Hey, it's the truth. I mean, like he said, it's the truth. That's 100% the truth.
Yeah.
I can't argue none of that, but
I can't.
That's pretty shitty.
All animals are created equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Hold on. Matter of fact, that was good. Let's take this to another situation we all know about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ray Lewis was charged in a double murder.
Yeah,
right or
he
wrong?
was. Yeah, he was.
Charged in a double murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people give a fuck about that shit today?
Because winning is the easiest way to erase. That's how Mike Vick got over that hump. When he went to Philly, he won. Winning is the easy way to make people forget.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't really equate that as the same. Ray Lewis was charged, but he was never convicted.
He wasn't.
He wasn't convicted.
Yeah, because he told on other two. That's why.
But I'm just saying, he was charged, never convicted. The same thing with Vic. Why did people welcome him back so much after shitting on him so hard? Because he went to jail. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, in as far as the court of public opinion, like y'all was saying, as far as the court of public opinion, it's like, oh, okay, he went to jail. So now, yeah, we can cheer him in Philly. If he would have just got traded straight from Atlanta to Philly with them charges hanging over his head, they would have still booed his ass.
They would have booed him until he won.
Big Ben
he win,
has paid off 3 rape victims.
Allegedly.
His payoff ain't allegedly, that's fact.
Who did that?
Paid them all.
Talking about Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah. In Milledgeville. He punched a friend that tried to jump in. Rapist burger. Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
And you know what they said? And you know what Goodell did? Wow, another reason I hate his ass. Right. Goodell went from he suspended 8 games to let's suspend. We're gonna change it to 4 because he's doing everything he's supposed to. What you supposed to do? Not rape people? Like, I mean, you do.
Exactly.
Like,
come on,
man. Like, yeah.
I mean, real shit though. Yeah.
And that circle back to Antonio Brown. He gonna bad about Antonio Brown, but you out there raping people. And he's making it for a bad team. You making it for a bad city. You raping people. Like, dude.
Big Ben literally caused both of these superstars, they superstar running back and superstar receiver, to leave town.
And they're gonna lose.
Because when Le'Veon Bell was sitting out for that contract, now all you got to do, and another player is trying to get his money, sit back and don't say nothing. He's trying to get paid. What does that have to do with you?
Right.
Big Ben goes out and says, oh, even if he comes back, we want James Conner not to lose any snaps. Big Ben got the O-line talking trash about Le'Veon. Le'Veon couldn't have came back last year if he wanted to. Why am I come back to this team where the O-line's talking about me like this? The quarterback's
talking shit about me, yeah.
I'm not coming back to them for what?
Yeah.
And nobody say nothing about it. Ben got 4 games for raping girls.
Hey, look, real quick, just to because we definitely went off on like 2 or 3 different tangents. Just to tie this shit back around. So with that being said, going back to Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger, so do we think that free agency is helping the players and hurting the league, or vice versa?
And NFL is built for teams, and then basketball is built for players.
Yeah.
So in the NFL, it's just built for, the way the rules are written. They're written for teams to profit off of this and to prosper. Right. The power is more in the players in basketball now. So if you say hurting is helping the teams, some teams,
but also
a lot of them. But I mean, it just depends on who got the money. So you can't fault the players for being just, that's the way the system works.
I think it's helping the players too, because that's when they get their big paydays in the NFL. Because think about it, it's superstars in the NFL not making as much as JaVale McGee's making on the Lakers, you know?
Right.
Like, I mean, this is the free agency is their time to get paid.
And you really don't get it up front, because if you put those back heavy contracts, they either renegotiate or cut you before the real money comes in. So you got to get it up front.
Right.
Got to get that guaranteed money.
Get that Mike Trout money. Mike Trout got, what, 430 million? Something like that. Yeah.
What's the white boy from Boston? Hayward.
Ooh.
Hayward said he coming off the bench, making 100 million, 70 million, something like that. Coming off the bench, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Football brings in so much revenue in this country, but they players get paid the least out of all the
way the deals work, the way the collective bargaining is written. It's written in baseball the way you can get your money. Basketball is in between, and football is the hardest, and you get hurt the easiest.
I would say that has something to do with it, though, right? The fact that football is so unpredictable as far as injuries and shit.
That's why
that's why we're not trying to shell out all this money to you off the rip, you know.
But see, that's why I was thoughts by the Players Association, like give us shorter contracts, but just more guaranteed money.
Right.
Don't need to give me no 7-year deal. Give me a 3-year deal, but I want more guaranteed money.
More money.
Right.
The thing I don't understand about baseball, honestly, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not the biggest baseball fan on the planet, but I've been to baseball games. Those stadiums ain't never packed. I don't know how
certain
they
teams.
afford.
Certain
teams.
You're
right. I never been to the Yankees game in New York.
I was about to say the same thing.
I've been
like
certain
teams, this
Cubs
coach
game in Chicago though.
Mm-hmm.
Was it packed?
Braves games, but
Chicago wasn't packed.
Oh, wait. But you said you went to a Cubs game in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the White Sox at?
In Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. So did they have a lot of people there?
Nah, the Cubs game wasn't that packed.
Oh.
But I don't remember who they played that day. I don't know if it was a down game or not. Because
one thing about baseball is like culture. Like you got places where it's just that's part of the lifestyle. Like you went to a Braves game. That shit is packed, man.
Yeah. But the Cubs, that's Wrigley Field.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the most famous fields in baseball.
Very true, but I mean, I think Chicago is going to the White Sox game. That's just my opinion.
I don't understand how they expect like baseball games in the middle of the week at noon to be like a sellout. Like, what's all the people skipping work to go to the baseball game?
Yeah. Them motherfuckers
they do that shit in New York.
Like Ferris Bueller.
Skipping work. Yeah, the motherfuckers.
In Boston. I'm tripping.
Yeah, in Boston.
Oh yeah, Boston.
Them people showing out in Boston.
But not just Boston. I'm pretty sure that shit is probably huge in LA.
But my point with that was like, how can they afford to pay their players just so much money? Like, where is it coming from?
I think baseball doesn't baseball has like
football or compared to basketball. Because I'm sorry, man, it's no way baseball is just generating more revenue than the NFL is.
All right, so last season the NFL made $14 billion and MLB made $9.46 billion.
See, that's
in revenue. So
how come they can afford to pay their players so much more money? Like remember what they gave A-Rod? Didn't they give him like $300 million or something like that?
They gave him J-Lo.
They did for J-Lo.
Hey, J-Lo need one more ring and she can have as many rings as Thanos.
Oh man.
She got 5 Infinity Stones. She coming to Wakanda. She gets the last
one. We will take this moment to salute to J-Lo for always being able to get these assholes to buy the ring.
Yes, sir.
On another note, guys, I'm about to rant a little bit.
What you got?
Yeah.
So, have y'all seen this video of Tom Izzo cussing out his player during March Madness? He went out on the court. He was giving it to him. Apparently, the dude was loafing. He was jogging back on defense, and he let his man score, right?
Mm-hmm.
They was on a 10-0 run.
10-0 run, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Coach Izzo goes out on the floor and cusses him out, right? They get in the huddle. Coach Izzo still cussing him out. Like he
still cussing his ass out, right.
So my thing is, everybody's on TV. They want him to apologize. They want him to explain himself. Like, we can't coach anymore. Like,
they want him to apologize to who?
They want him to apologize Not even to the kid. They want him to apologize to like society. Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Apologize for what?
For cussing him out.
He used
on
bad
national TV.
He say a bad language word.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my problem. We have coddled these kids so much to where a coach of Tom Izzo's stature, right? He's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day.
Right.
He can't even cuss out his own player.
That's crazy.
Tom Izzo can't cuss out his own player. Then where are we at?
That's why I don't get into it anymore. I miss Bobby Knight. Bobby Knight threw chairs at people.
Right.
Bobby Knight didn't even lose his job when he choked the player. He lost his job for choking a student out on campus. So basically, it was like, you can choke your players all you want, but you can't be on.
Right. You can't just put your hands on these regular motherfucking students, man. Yeah. Hey, but you know what though? You know what? Now that I'm sitting there listening to what you were saying, I'm gonna rant a little bit too, because I agree with you. Like, you know, a coach should be able to coach and do their fucking job, you know, the way they see fit, as long as you're not, I guess, you know, physically putting the kids at harm or whatever.
Yeah.
But see, I think a lot of these people who want an apology from the coach for chewing out his player, those are the same people that'll gladly like give their child a fucking 12th place ribbon and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking participation.
That's the ones who say everybody got to have the same color belt in karate. That's an insult to Cobra Kai dojos all over the world.
All over.
No, let me tell you something. My son was in middle school. He was playing for like a city league, right? Mm-hmm. So we went to the banquet and shit. Now mind you, these motherfuckers was like 1-15 for the season. That was their record and shit. So when they first told us, like, yeah, you know, we gotta go to the football banquet, I was like, fucking what? Okay, all right, we'll go. You know what I'm saying? So we went to the football banquet. We get to the football banquet.
So shit for what, y'all? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, for fucking what? Like, why the fuck
we going to the goddamn banquet, man?
Yeah. So look. So we get to the banquet, right? We get to the banquet. Mind you, I just told you, these motherfuckers were 1-15, right?
Yeah.
We get to the banquet. They start calling our team up to the front. Mm-hmm. And they start handing them trophies. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking around, I'm like, what the fuck are they getting trophies for?
See?
So you mean to tell me the team that wins one game gets the same trophy as the team over here who worked their ass off and went undefeated all year?
Same.
And we both get a trophy for what? For what? What is this? What is this thing today where you just afraid to tell children, hey man, I think you kind of fucking stupid, man. Hey, I don't think this shit right here is for you. You know what I'm saying?
They be not telling them they stupid.
So let me ask y'all, do y'all think that social media plays a part in this shit at all?
Social media plays a heavy part in this shit. Social media is society now.
I mean, that's what that's what the main focus is the culture is right in your face, and everybody's, you know, fronting for social media and wanting likes, and you know, that's people are willing to mess their life up to get a good Facebook post.
People do be fronting on social media though. I mean, just like when you look at all these motherfuckers on Instagram and let me tell you something. Instagram will really, really have you, if you just don't exercise common sense, Instagram will have you trying to figure out, like, God damn, like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying?
No, social media in general is a bragging platform.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying?
People go to brag, and people go to request like feedback from people, like if they're needing attention or something. I mean, and then you got the regular people just post stuff that they think is cool, and that's fine. But a large portion of it, like I would say,
I can't respect these motherfuckers be posting these videos in the club with all these fucking bottles, but they mattress sitting on the floor at the house. I can't do that. Your next selfie at the house is fucking mattress sitting on the floor, but you was just in the club buying bottles and shit.
Yeah, buying bottles and shit.
Fuck out of here. Half of that shit be such facades though. Like I've literally seen a group of girls taking a picture on this random dude who was outside the club. He had a fucking Ferrari. This was in Miami, right? He had his Ferrari pulled up outside the club. I literally seen like 20 girls take selfies and pictures in and around the Ferrari, man.
Well, what's the call it? You got that service now where it's like basically they're exotic car companies and they're therefore targeted social media. Like you rent cars, or you can even rent, like they have planes, like private planes that you can take pictures on, and you know what I mean, and post like you doing this shit for real.
And then, dog, it's this one. You made me think of this just now, Malik. It's this dude. It's a family. They bought this rundown ass private plane, like it doesn't really function.
Right.
But they fixed up the inside of the plane.
Yeah.
And they charge group rates, single rates to come take pictures in the private plane.
Yep.
Yeah. In the private plane.
Stunt.
Yeah, these people are legitimately making good money off of this business, you know?
Definitely.
Yes.
Watching people coming up in the music industry. That's something that I look at. Like when I see motherfucker got like 1.3 million followers or whatever, and then I go and look at, their last show, and the venue hold like 3,500 people. It's like, hold on, man. Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up.
Man, or people bought them followers.
Yeah, or you'll see sometimes people will post a picture, the club was lit last night or whatever. But you ever notice that some people, like when they post pictures of the club being lit, they're never in the club. Like they just always the person taking the picture. You know what I'm saying? That's another one of those things that just don't sit right with me when I see it on people's
Stunting, man. Stunting.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
But the crazy thing, it's the culture we live in now. Like it's more popular to flaunt like you got it and not have it than to actually have it.
Real shit.
We were talking about this the other day, right? Where we're like, man, ain't nobody trying to rob anybody who don't have no chains, no fucking $200, $300 belts.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. You safe. Yeah. Nobody's trying to rob you because you don't look like you got money.
Because it's all the flashiness, you know?
Yeah.
That's just where we are in society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not whether or not you actually have. Do you look like you have?
Exactly.
I was talking to this dude the other day, and he was saying to me how when he meets a chick, one of the first things he does is he'll go on her Instagram and shit. And I'm like, for fucking what? Just because I'm trying to understand it. Like
I don't know. I guess he wanna see what. I mean, you actually could. I mean, that I can see why you say that, because you actually can find out a lot about people by looking at their social media stuff. Like, let's say if he went on there and there was a bunch of all men are dogs, blah blah blah, over and over again, you're gonna probably, formulate an opinion about it that way. Or, if it's just basic stuff like nothing too flashy, he'll form a different opinion. All right. I mean, it's just like job interviews and stuff. People look at your Facebook, see what you did, and then determine, they want to hire you or not. That's the new age now, cyber stalking people.
Cyber stalking and shit.
Cyber stalking, yeah. No, I'm guilty of it. Like if I have a meeting with somebody, and I mean, this is kind of different, but if I have a meeting with this guy with this company, right? Right. First thing I do is type his name and then type LinkedIn in the browser, and it comes up. Okay, so this is what you did. This is who you work with. This is, quick hit. I'm guilty of that. I do that all the time.
But LinkedIn is like known. That's associated with
right.
business,
But I mean, it's
what I'm saying?
So if you use if it's not business, if it's pleasure, then you do the same thing. You look at the personal stuff. It's like your own.
So if I'm trying to figure out whether or not you fucking, going on your goddamn Instagram.
I mean, not even that. Like, just think if you look at somebody's page, like say if that guy might look at it and he starts seeing a bunch of, let's say she's smoking meth and bragging about it or something like that. You might be like, whoa, hold on, something like that. You could kind of look at them and see you can form an opinion about them. Now your opinion might be wrong because they might be stunting and that might be completely not that person, but
right.
You still gonna have that that first impression thing. So yeah.
Hey, so Dick, you the single man on the call. Let me ask you this: when you meet a female out and about, and you go on her social media pages, do you judge her by what you see there?
I gotta be 100% honest. I'm the most selfish social media person ever. Like, I don't really look at a bunch of other people's shit. I just look at my shit. Like,
there you go.
I use social media as like my photo album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for my memories. So sometimes I scroll down my own shit. I just want to see what happened a year ago for me. I don't want to know what happened with Tom, Dick, and Harry a year ago.
That's a good point. Yeah,
that is a good point.
I look at my memories. I look at my little. I just do the memories of the day, and I'll scroll maybe a couple of days back from that year. But that's it. I mean, but yeah, I see. Yeah.
Hey, okay. So then, Gaines, a question for you. Both of us are married. A question for you: is your wife on social media the same woman that you know?
She doesn't do social media, but yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, mine is too. That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
that's why I was asking.
For the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know, Malik, though. If you do look at her social media and her first 3 pictures are her looking back. I don't know, man. You can come to some fucking.
Hey, it took me, yeah. It took a second to catch on the way.
If all of them got that same pose, y'all know if she got any of the goddamn normal thought quotes, if she got any of those as memes in her first 5 pictures, man, please, let me tell you something.
Live, love, laugh, living my best life.
Yeah, she's saying anything about living her best life.
Yeah.
But you can assume some things at that point.
Yeah. No, my favorite one is these bitches mad I'm so different. I love that. That's my favorite one. Cause I'm like, shorty, yeah, you're right. You so different. I seen this same fucking quote 30 times a day.
Because of the society we're in now with all of this, you gotta show it. You gotta show it. You gotta show it. This is why I believe the form of role model or hero that we look up to, it don't exist nowadays.
Oh, you mean like legends, for instance?
Yeah, there can't be. Society is too microwave. It's too microwave to have legends. Think about how long you watched Jordan play. Think about how many years you watched him play. Waited for him to come back after being gone a whole season and a half. They ain't doing that today, man. Look how quick they forgot about Kobe.
But you know what? I'll take it out of sport. Like even if you look at actors, right? We knew who Denzel Washington was. We knew who Robert De Niro was. We knew who Angela Bassett was. We knew who Spike Lee was. Even you go to filmmakers, we knew who Scorsese was, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But like when you go today, like just like with the last movie that just came out with Captain Marvel, and everybody was, so up in arms about the Brie Larson chick, and I was like, I don't even know who the fuck she is or what she's done, prior or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or you go and watch a movie or a TV show, and all of the named known actors all come from a certain era. None of the up and comers really carry that weight as far as their name or anything like that. And that's from sports, music.
I think it's because of 2 reasons.
What?
Number 1, we don't give people enough time to become legends nowadays.
They don't have enough. They don't.
Like, who's gonna be the Jay-Z of this generation? Like, who's gonna be the one 30 years from now? Everyone still knows who they are.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
And number 2, I feel like a lot of our legends from the past have let us down. A lot of our legend heroes from the past have turned out to be terrible people.
Oh, you talking about as far as a person, them? Yeah. No. A lot of legends, a lot of legends are pieces of shit.
Think about the Bill Cosby's, Hulk Hogan's.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of legends are pieces of shit.
Lawrence Taylor's. Me personally, I love Lawrence Taylor. Look at Lawrence Taylor out here.
Lawrence Taylor said, I used to go in the huddle high. I didn't even know the play. I'm just going to freestyle. It was just sacking people.
Eating glass in the bars and stuff.
Yeah, just wilding out.
Hey, man.
And then I watch Any Given Sunday. I'm like, that really
drugs,
was that dude, man.
Let me ask you something. What fucking drugs got you eating glass in the bar?
Coke.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Coke.
You watch Rick. Sorry to say, but you watch Rick say, why would I step on somebody's couch? I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. Yeah, I remember stepping on that man's couch.
Yeah, I remember stepping on
drug. Like that says it right there. Like, hey, cocaine is a hell of a drug, man.
But let me ask you something. Going back to that, when we say like, a lot of legends turn out to not be so nice people. But as you got older, don't you start to realize, I guess, to separate who this person was as far as what you love them for and who they really were as a person?
I think I've gotten worse. Like I went the other way. I think as I get older, I respect you less if you do a lot of that foolishness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I respect Cosby a lot less. Mm-hmm. I mean, whether it was known or not known that you was doing this and people were, coming over there willing, and that's beside the point. You were still doing it.
Yeah. Do I believe he raped 9? Nah. Do I believe he raped 5? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm as I grow up, I'll be like, man, you a piece of shit. You shouldn't have been doing that. You know better. So
I feel like it's ingrained in us though from kids. Think about it. When you're in elementary school, you think this person up here is teaching you is not like a regular human.
No, they're not. They're not a regular human. They're
don't make mistakes. Yeah. They're not supposed to. But then you get older and realize this motherfucker who was teaching you was a goddamn cokehead. Or this motherfucker used to be this. Or this person used to be that. Because they humans.
They're just people. Yeah, they people. But I mean, everybody has the one or two things they just don't. You can't set like. You might say let's give, like Sonny was saying earlier, let's give Kareem Hunt another chance for this, but not give this guy for this. It's like certain crimes you will find more harsh than others, and you just won't forgive them for that. Like, Kareem Hunt, I'll forgive him faster than I'll forgive Cosby or R. Kelly or somebody.
Right.
Like, bro, you was tripping, but you was really tripping. Like, I can't identify with you no more. I just write you off at that point.
Not to get back on that R. Kelly thing, but I feel like motherfuckers have forgiven him 80,000 times. Like, when are people gonna stop forgiving?
That's like forgiving the crackhead that took your TV, and then you letting him back in the house to take your stereo.
Yeah.
And then you forgive him, and then what do you do? Then you take something else. You take the microwave. Like,
hey,
bro, how many times?
But going back to that, what we were saying about legends, though, I don't think we'll ever see that again. Legends.
I don't think we'll see for us because that's our legends. I think that's our era.
No, I mean even for the generations today, the kids today, I think that they process information way too fast for anyone to even, like Deke said earlier, for anyone to even become a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you think, what's the lifespan? You think, let's say, I don't know. I mean, let's say like LeBron. LeBron is gonna be a legend. Who will be next? Like, let's say if
okay, but after LeBron,
who is it? Yeah,
if Greek Freak comes in, if Greek Freak comes in and he continues the ball like that for 10 years, he's up there. Dwayne Wade, I mean, that's another legend.
No, but anybody after LeBron, though, that's gonna be on LeBron's level.
After LeBron, yeah, that's gonna be
Zion
on that plateau.
The Zion kid has a chance. I don't know if he'll make it. He has a chance.
No.
Everybody else has a chance. Right
when
now.
I say I don't think that Zion is going to make it to legend status, it has nothing to do with his potential or ability. It is strictly, I'm only saying that strictly because I think the world moves too fast for a legend today. Legends, are you talking about 10, 15, 20 years down the road? I mean, think about it.
Brady.
People that were huge that were legends in our lifetime, those are the movies today. Those are the TV shows today. You know what I'm saying? Who are they going to, whose story are we watching 40 years from now? When these kids are in their 50s, or when these kids are approaching, or in their 40s, or approaching 50. Who are we watching? Whose story are we watching?
Obama.
Hey,
Obama.
That's the only person.
Yeah.
No, because he already had a Netflix special.
No, but I'm saying he's.
A Netflix series.
I'm trying to think outside of sports.
Right.
Who else have we given that longevity to? We not even we so fucked up. We not even looking for heroes no place else unless they fucking famous.
Oh no, heroes have to come from in front of the camera. We don't care about what's going on behind. That's a whole other conversation. That's another episode. I will say that. That's another. Episode. That's a totally different conversation.
Don't give away content.
Yeah, no giving away content. Don't give away content. Well, I'm saying though, y'all disagree. Y'all think that you will see legends again?
I think they'll be legends to other people, but not to us.
Not to us. Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, one of these kids rapping out now could be a legend. I don't know. I don't listen to them like that, but I don't see it coming. But I mean, I may be wrong. Just like somebody didn't see Jay-Z and brushed him off, or whoever else. They eventually, you can eventually become a legend. You just don't.
Now y'all both know, didn't feel it damn well. In 1996, was it 95? Reasonable Doubt came out. Nobody was looking at Jay-Z and saw legend back then.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody knew. So it's hard to say. For me, I don't think I'll see one outside of sports, or maybe, you know, it may be an actor come along or something. But outside of that, I don't see anything coming from music right now.
So and even if also, you say, go ahead, Duke.
Drake, maybe you might see Drake. I mean,
yeah.
I think in my opinion, he's the last one.
Yeah,
he's the last one.
What about Kendrick though? And music wise?
Yeah. I see.
I mean, if you want to talk music, Kendrick. If I got to add up Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick is my favorite. But do I think that Kendrick will
be a legend?
Right, or will be looked back on
15 years.
In the same level as Drake?
I think J. Cole
Drake
will though. I think J. Cole can.
Drake will be Drake to me is the last legend, the last icon that we're gonna see.
Eminem?
I think Eminem already belongs to another class. I think Eminem belongs to another class already.
He's one of our legends.
Exactly. Eminem is in the class with Jay-Z and Biggie and Pac and all of them. He's in that group. He's not outside of that. I think Drake is outside of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't believe anybody's gonna have those long runs like that now, because these attention spans are so short, and you have to be involved in so many other things.
You got to be social media.
The reason we all think that Drake is gonna be a legend 15 years from now, not just because of his music, because he's involved in so
many other things. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I say he may edge Kendrick in the 15-year conversation, you know? But I don't know. I mean, Kendrick.
But the other side of that is too, though, the thought of a legend or longevity doesn't really carry the same weight that it used to either.
No.
It's not looked at the same, like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. Legend, what the fuck is that? You know, longevity, man, as long as I'm here and get my bread, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like those two things aren't really valued today, I would say. In any arena that you want to look at. In any arena. You remember, like, for instance, for like our uncles or our parents, it was something when they said, man, I worked at the same job for 30 years. That meant something to them. You know what I'm saying?
Not nowadays.
Stay there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, today a motherfucker's like, bitch, I'm not working here for no goddamn 30 years.
But see, that also goes back to that other shit we talked about with Tom Izzo, man. Like, the minute these motherfuckers get mad about anything, get frustrated, or assume somebody's not treating them right, they pick up and dip.
Yeah.
They pick up and leave. Look at what's happening in college football nowadays. All these fucking quarterbacks, the minute they lose their job, what do?
They leave.
Pick up and fucking transfer.
And now they claiming hardship.
That shit no more.
They claiming hardship now so they can play immediately.
These motherfuckers are picking up. Like, you can't even be in no competition no more.
Let me tell you something.
You got two quarterbacks, and you tell them they in competition, one of them leaving.
Let me tell you something. That shit all goes back, and I'm sorry to keep bringing this shit up, but it's just how I feel. That shit all goes back to motherfuckers getting 12th place fucking ribbons and trophies and shit for last goddamn place. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, man.
That to me, it's a very, very crippling mentality.
Hey, and now I'm glad you say that, because that's a good segue to where we going now, because everybody wants something instantly, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants something. Everybody want it right now, right?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Let's jump into G Game's Corner.
Yeah.
Animation.
All right, man. So
What you got, man?
tonight's story is brought to us by seekingarrangement.com. So seekingarrangement.com is basically where sugar babies, or mostly women, young women of college age, go to find older men to finance them. Now, I mean, back in my day, that was called prostitution, but
Right.
but that goes to show you, man, your level of income makes words change, which is interesting to me. Because if we look at the website, so the website promotes it like this. You could have up to 4 sugar babies per sugar daddy. No strings attached. Upfront and honest arrangements with someone who cater to your needs. Date an experienced man and be pampered with shopping sprees, dinner, and exotic travel vacations. So what's happening now is, in Georgia State is the largest growing sugar baby school. So that means girls who signing up for this. Georgia State, followed by UGA, and then Georgia Southern, and then Spelman running out the top 4 Georgia schools.
What?
So a professor was talking about this, and he was saying this goes with the hookup culture, because now you have Tinder, and you had all that stuff like, those apps or whatever that basically say, I want instant now. I want to hook up with this person now. I want to do this now. I want to X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So now you got people college age, and they basically saying, I need a guy to come here, and we gonna set up an arrangement. You hit me up with some money every week to pay my tuition, and I basically give you my company. We don't know what that means. So basically, if you in Atlanta on the corner in the middle of the night and you see a woman of the night and you talk to them, you can go to jail for prostitution. But if you go on the internet and you say, hey, I need you to pay me up front, and I'm going to perform these services weekly for you, then all of a sudden you get a nice website and it's legal.
So wait a minute. So basically what you trying to tell me is all these goddamn females in these downtown Atlanta colleges is out here selling that goddamn thing.
Selling ass.
And I'm not gonna pick at just the women, because it's also noted that you can be an older woman looking for a younger man, and the same agreement comes around. You talk, you figure out what's up front, and they run with that.
He's a goddamn gigolo.
Now it's more so, the women, but yeah, you basically is legal hooking.
So
legal prostitution. What we talking
all you
about?
gotta do is change the words around. Boy, rich motherfuckers will find a way to do it.
Hey, you remember that movie Pimps Up, Hoes Down? So Pimp Snooki, they talked so bad about him, that was so evil. But this site says, look, I'll go back. You can have up to 4 sugar babies per sugar daddy. So you can have your legal stable.
Hey, so what happens if you get a 5th one?
Right. Who steps in? Who intervenes and tells you?
Like, can you trade them? Like, if you add this one, do you have to let one
go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like for instance, say he got 3, you got 4, I got 2. Can I cop one from both of y'all to up my stable to 4?
But that's the thing though. You're not tied to one. as the woman. So as a woman also, right, or you're the one who's getting the money, you don't have to be tied to one guy. So you can be, Sonny's third string, Deke's second string, this one. You can have multiples.
Hold on, so that brings up an interesting point though. Hold on. That brings up something interesting. So as a sugar daddy, I am only allowed to be tied to 4 sugar babies. But there's no limitation on how many sugar daddies this one sugar baby can have.
Well, I didn't go that far in it, but I honestly saw it says you can have multiple. That's all they quote. They didn't give an exact number. For it may be the same. I don't want to misquote them. It may be the same. It may be different, but it just boils down back to, and it's even state, like one guy even said, and I quote, professor of sociology at Georgia State was pretty much saying that this is prostitution. Yes, it is. But with the culture, it's more acceptable if it's done this way, as opposed to you're on the street at night looking for somebody. And it says, yes, I know that's a bit tricky when it comes to sugar babying, but the exact nature of the arrangement is pretty much prostitution. And I mean, that's pretty much what it is. And one girl said, like I read one girl said that, it's not about the money, it's about a relationship. That's cool. Because if he wasn't paying, then it wouldn't be about that. And then some people say, well, it's not about the sex, it's about, a connection. No, the connection is money, and you're giving him this for the money. That's legal prostitution. Selling it.
See, hey, look,
and the Georgia State representative said, we did not expect this, but we promote economic empowerment. So economic empowerment means that if this is what you're doing to help you pay these bills, to pay us for this school, then go ahead and hook. We'll be all right.
So we'll be all right as long as you're paying tuition.
You sell a bit, some people buy a bit. On 58% jump, and people sign up at Georgia State alone.
Well, here's my thing though, and this is what I'm saying. This is the part that's got me so thrown off right now. So you can just say, hey, this is a mutually benefiting situation where you can offer up tuition or shower her with gifts, and you're paying for companionship only, whatever's done behind closed doors between 2 consenting adults. We don't have anything to do with that, right? And that shit is 100% okay, legal, fine. Nobody's on their website. Nobody's searching through their server trying to figure out, hey, who are all the sugar daddies? We have to protect the sugar babies, or who are the sugar mamas, because we got to protect
the
sugar dudes.
That's an interesting point. They do background checks. So they check you out, make sure your money's legit, make sure you don't have a record, make sure you don't have domestic violence, and then they put you in the pool and let you be selected to give out this money.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's crazy.
So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me the only thing that stops me from being a trick that goes to jail is a background check?
Yep.
And money.
Because notice the first criteria is make sure that money is legit.
It's legit, right? Yeah. Hey, let me ask you. I swear, I'm just asking this question. I'm not trying to start anything. But did you happen to look up how much the girls range?
4,000 the minimum, right?
No, I saw I saw some girls had 2,000 every 2 weeks to some that was 3,000 and 4,000 every 2 weeks.
And you have to guarantee this money.
It's a contract.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
If the contract ends, then I'm assuming, again, I didn't go try to sign up, but if the contract is over, you stop paying, now if you want to pay for 2 weeks and that's it, then I'm pretty sure it's something in there for that, what you paid for the 2 weeks, so it's time to just go back in the rotation.
Does it say how often we meet during these 2 weeks?
Hey man, y'all trying to make me be on this site a whole lot. Well, I don't want my history to show this site. I'm not doing that. Hey, look, research, baby, research.
Wife go on a computer like sugar baby.
Yeah, sugar babies. What the hell? Yeah.
The whole point is funny when we always throw this out there about the animals being equal and everything, right? Mm-hmm. But it's just basically shows you when you have money, the world works different for you. So If you have money and you try to go on one of those sites and buy some, some tail or something, right? You can go to jail. You can have your life ruined. You can be Robert Kraft if you don't have Kraft money, right? You can be paraded out there. But if you go on this website and sign up and say, I'm willing to pay for it, and I'm going to shell out money to college students, then there you go. Different laws for different people. And it's not even hidden. That's the funny part. It's not even hidden anymore.
That's the real reason they got rid of Backpage, man. It had nothing to do with all the prostitution on there. It was the fact that they weren't receiving
That was independent.
revenue.
Yeah. That was independent money.
All independent.
Yeah, that was it. That was independent money. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and this site was featured in the New York Times, Forbes, Wall Street Journal, CNN, Huffington Post, and Business Insider.
God damn.
And when you go, first thing you come to the site, relationship, are you a man looking for a woman or a woman looking for a man? That's the first thing.
Oh, what do we do like 10 years from now when there's some lady running for a political office somewhere in fucking Atlanta, and then they uncover that she was a baby during college? That's how she got through fucking school.
It's not illegal if they had the money, though. That's the thing. It's a court of public opinion, right? It depends, if it's some lady, in a raggedy part of town that's like out there wilding out, she's a criminal. But
hey, you know what?
Hey,
hold on. Whoa, hold on. My fault, fellas. But some shit you said just now really got my conspiracy brain to working. So is motherfuckers doing this shit like to gain some type of influence over people. You got the sugar babies who are going to grow up to do whatever they're going to do. They might be influential people. They might be duds. The duds, you don't worry about them. And then you have these businessmen the sugar daddies who now you got this dirt on. I'm just saying, it's
even
crazy,
more,
but it might not be so crazy.
Even so, you had the dirt on the young person too. So let's say this person's going to Georgia State.
You got both. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You got both.
Yeah.
You got both.
Yep.
You got the sugar daddy who's already established. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Now.
I got a story to tell y'all real quick though, man.
All right.
So one day I got a ticket right downtown Atlanta. So I'm going to court for this ticket, right? Mm-hmm. So I go sit in the courtroom. There's a bunch of people in there, right? I'm sitting like on one of the last couple pews. And I'm sitting in the court and I look over and it's this little female, little white girl, little blonde headed, and she kept turning around and eyeing at me, and I'm looking at her. I said, oh, she kind of cute. I said, hey, she keep looking over here at me. So then the cases start going, right? The court.
Right.
So one dude goes up there, he walks up to the podium, and they bring the female up on the screen because the female's in jail, right?
Right.
So they charging him with participating in prostitution. They charging the female with being a fucking prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
So then he walks off, another guy comes up, they bring another prostitute up on the screen that's in jail. So now
got a ticket you were paying.
But look, so this happens 3 fucking times, right?
Right.
And so now I hear the judge mention this prostitution bust that the city of Atlanta performed, right?
Right.
Now I'm looking at this bitch sideways over here on this pew, because now I'm thinking, oh, she's selling ass out here.
Right, so then,
when she looked back at me this time, I get shocked. Like, my eyes are wide, because now I'm thinking, like, oh, she think I'm out here tricking.
Right.
And all these guys.
You about to be the next
She think I'm out here. She think I'm out here for tricking, man. I'm thinking she just eyeballing me. She looking at me like, boy, you's a dirty nigga. Just like
she think you in here for the same shit.
That when they called my name, I said, yeah, speeding ticket. I am for the speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Hey, we asked for the explanation. He said, yeah, I dropped that hook off and I took off speeding.
Yeah, I dropped that hook off and I took off speeding.
Moral of the story is, don't judge nobody, man. You don't know if they judging you guys.
Yeah.
Go to the website next time. You don't worry about it. Go to the website.
Oh, I don't know. My case came up before hers. Oh. So I don't know if I don't know what shoes that was.
Next time, go to the website and you can sign up legally.
Yeah, you can sign up legally and do the shit. You don't have to worry about court and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fellas, I think that's about it. I think that's about all we got to cover today. Let's get some tags. Deke, what you got? Where you on the internet?
The Damn Deacon 44 on Instagram. My neck is fucked up.
Gangs, tell the people where they can find you.
It's G Gangs, man. That's me. That's it. Nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. G Gangs.
All right. You can catch me on Instagram at SoundChasm. Catch me on Twitter at ChasmSound. If you got any questions, any topics you want us to talk about, you can hit us up, AWO Podcast at gmail.com. You can catch us on Instagram at AWO Podcast. Catch us on Twitter at AWO Podcast 1. Make sure you subscribe, comment, hit that like button down there, hit the bell for the notifications so we can keep this thing growing, man. That's all we got for today. Remember, opinions are like assholes. We just some assholes with opinions. Appreciate it.